I've always been quite shocked by this graph because it's quite quite significant. This is just showing the egg count by age. Yep. Slide that into that direction.
Between us, we love
what do men and women need to understand about egg counts in order to make better family planning and fertility decisions?
Okay, well, I've asked you this last time. So, Stephen, how many sperm do you make a second?
Millions.
You make 1,500 a second. I mean, you make millions every day. Okay, but still, you make a ton of sperm. You make sperm every single day. You have germ cells that create sperm. Women are born with all the eggs you're ever going to have. And yes, my favorite vault analogy. So I like to imagine that this is a vault inside your ovary that is storing all of your eggs. And so we'll use this cup with all of the beads as that analogy. And every single month since before you were born, eggs come out of this vault. And what happens is that when the vault is more full, more eggs come out every month. And as the vault starts to get emptier, fewer come out. And this means that we lose the majority of our eggs, you can see the line, well before our reproductive years even start. So you lose the most before you're born. So from being a 5-month baby to birth, your egg count goes from 6 to 7 million to 1 to 2 million. Mm-hmm. Millions of eggs lost before you're even born. From birth to puberty, let's say you go from 1 to 2 million to 500,000, to simplify numbers. So the second biggest drop before you're ever ovulating, before you ever have a chance to get pregnant. And then you only ovulate around 400 eggs over the course of your reproductive lifespan. As that egg count starts to drop over time, the other really, really big important factor is that our eggs have been in our body our whole life. 2 different things are happening at the same time. One is that our chromosomes start to leave their perfect position, they absorb the wear and tear of years. So we see more chromosome abnormalities as we get older. It's why it's harder to get pregnant and why we see an increase in miscarriage as we age. But also, concurrently, our metabolic health is poor as we are older too. And mitochondrial function in eggs, the metabolic capacity becomes less capable. And so we see that it's harder to get pregnant, not because women are running out of eggs, but because the quality of the eggs declines. But everybody will run out of eggs. You'll have a period of time where you have a very low egg count. We call it diminished ovarian reserve in the fertility world. We call it perimenopause more globally. And this is 2 words to describe the same thing. As your egg count starts to get very low, you start to have an unpredictable response to your ovary. And your brain is trying to compensate for that. And so you see various hormone changes, but these start before you might recognize even menstrual cycle changes. But everybody will run out of eggs. Every woman will. Your ovaries will go into what we call ovarian failure and no longer respond to hormonal signals from the brain or artificial signals that we give, meaning I will see older women come in and think that I have magic medicines with IVF that can still help them get pregnant, but I can only get the eggs outside the vault to grow in IVF.
So shouldn't we then be freezing our eggs?
You're right. As a society, if we are purposefully delaying childbearing, we know that it gets harder to get pregnant with age. And if having kids is a life goal, putting eggs into the freezer earlier is a way to save that opportunity. It's not an insurance plan. It's not a guarantee, but it is a smart game plan, especially as we are waiting longer, because even with IVF, we can't always overcome age-related infertility if we have fewer eggs and more genetic abnormalities. The technology helps us identify healthy eggs, helps us have more eggs able to grow in a certain month and take them out and test embryos in a lab. But I'm working with the eggs and sperm that you're giving me, meaning if there's not many of them, if there's a lot of chromosomal damage, if there's a lot of mitochondrial dysfunction, if the sperm quality is not great, that doesn't mean we're going to be able to have success. So what you're doing on a daily basis to impact egg and sperm quality is still crucial.